Hello, Verbling.com students from around the world. I love being able to say that. Welcome to another English class brought to you by the best place on the planet to learn a second language. We're talking about Verbling.com, of course. I am here, thanks to Verbling.com, to help you this hour with your English. And we have a document that people can use. And so I would like to ask you to please download that document. It's called A8. The document that I have prepared is A8. If you can download that, please, from the Verbling.com website. It has a story. Now, this story is from a group of books called Chicken Soup for the Soul. These are real stories written by the real people who experienced these situations, and they have written and shared these stories to help you when you need some encouragement. And Anastasia has put the direct link to the document in the Verbling chat box. So thank you so much. All right, now this material is more or less advanced, but thanks to Verbling.com, you can interact directly with me. Hey, I am a native speaking English teacher, and so wow. I can help you. Yeah, imagine that. I can help you with all of the things that you need. And so if you would like to ask questions about what words mean within the context of the story, certain phrases and expressions that are very difficult to look up, I'm assuming that all of you have a website where you do translations of individual words and phrases into your language so that you can understand the content. Okay? And so we're here. And also you have lots of other participants in the class. And so you people are working together as a team to help each other to understand the story and then to express your ideas, your opinions, and to help you to make a contribution to our conversation. All right, so very quickly, what I would like to do is to turn on the screen share. At Verbling.com, we have something that's very important in all of our classes, and that's up here, up on the upper right-hand corner of the screen is the button that you can turn off your microphone and turn on your microphone. It's very important that everyone does that, please. No, we can actually hear your voice, so no, it's not turned off. And so it's very important that people turn off their microphones because you are creating sound with your microphone, but because of the Google technology, you cannot hear the noise that you are making. And so we ask that everyone please keep their microphones turned off, turn them on just before you're speaking, and then turn them off right after you're finished. All right, and so what we're going to be talking about, and again, I'm going to bring up the document because I want to show you a picture. This story is a variation of a story, a children's story called The Ugly Duckling. Now, this is a picture of the story. It's very famous. I guess it's certainly part of my tradition. I remember this story, hearing this story when I was young. And so, does someone know this story, the story of the ugly duckling?
Yes, sure.
Oh, okay. And so, could you
Yes.
quickly tell us about that, Julissa?
Yes, well, I remember that it was a family duck,
Yes.
and then it was born a duck that I think his color was different than the others, or he looked different also than the others.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Now you can see. Sorry.
yeah,
Here is the ugly duckling.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now these are the normal ducklings. Okay. And everyone's laughing at how ugly
Yeah,
this
and
duckling is.
the others rejected him because he was
Yes.
different.
Right.
And I remember that at the end he becomes a beautiful swan, something like that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So then, well, what's the idea? What happened? This is a mother duck, but what must have happened in the story?
In
I
some
don't
time
remember.
later,
Yes. Sorry, Andrew.
in some time later, this duck will be a nice and beautiful duck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In
Now,
the end.
but now I want to. Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I love everyone's participation, but that's not what I'm looking for. What happened? Uh, how? Why is this ugly duckling different from the others?
Someone exchanged the eggs.
Yes. So somehow the mother duck ended up receiving a swan's egg. And so we're talking about a swan versus a
Yeah,
duck.
absolutely.
Oh, all right. And so that's why the duckling looked so ugly and different. It was bigger with a strange color. But then at the end of the story, the swan matured and transformed, the little baby swan transformed into a beautiful adult swan. And, I think swans are better looking than ducks. So that's the idea. Now, of course, I hope that we're not talking about physical beauty, just physical beauty, but I hope we're talking about inner beauty. And so what I would like to do is to ask people if they know, were you an ugly duckling, or is there someone that you know who was an ugly duckling? Maybe as a child they were very different. They were not attractive. They were very awkward and clumsy and made a lot of mistakes, but that they have matured and changed into someone who is really special, doing wonderful things. Or, yeah, do you understand my question? So I'm going to say hello to Abdallah. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, how are you?
Yes. Fine. Could you please tell us where you're connecting from?
I'm participating from Germany.
Oh, great. And so, do you have an example of an ugly duckling story? And this could be a family, it could be a company, it could be, yeah.
Actually, there's nothing coming to my mind right
Okay.
now.
No, that's fine. I understand this is a kind of a difficult question. But did you hear that story when you were a child?
I read it when I was younger. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know the story.
Yeah. So, I mean, in North American culture, anyways, I'm sure British culture as well. If you say an ugly duckling, everyone will understand what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah. Alejandro, welcome.
Hello, welcome. Oh, thank you for your welcome.
Good. No, good. That's great. And so, where are you connecting from? And
I'm
do you have
I'm
an
coming.
ugly duckling story to share with us?
Well, here in Spain, I'm from Spain, from Madrid, and here in Spain we have a lot of ugly duckling,
Okay.
ugly duckling stories, and we know about that tale.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And so, excellent. Thank you. I'm going to
Yeah.
move on to Anastasia. Welcome.
Hi, today her mom, I use her account, my name Oksana. It's no problem if you call me Anastasia.
Okay, but Oksana,
Yes.
welcome. Where are you connecting from? And do you know about the ugly duckling story?
Yes, I connecting from Kazakhstan, also like my daughter, but I'm Russian.
Okay.
And yes, of course, it's very popular story, but I don't remember who writing this story.
Who wrote the story? Yeah,
Who wrote the story?
yeah. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
don't know?
No, sorry. But we have Google. So if one of the students could Google the answer and share it with us, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
good. Thank you. And Andrew, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm fine, sir. You know, I would like to start with the good idiom about
Mhm.
this, and it sounds like appearances are deceptive, and it's
Yes.
absolutely about this case. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I meet some people, and for example, their appearances are beautiful, yeah, but there is no insight
Right.
such kind of people. For example, not just they are stupid or something, not educated, but I don't know, there is no spirit, some spirit inside.
Okay. Great. No, thank you very much. And just
Thank you.
to let everyone know, and I guess this is my opinion, but I don't think any native speakers of English understand the term idioms. This is something that English teachers teach. And so my recommendation, for what it's worth, is to use a saying or an expression. So we have a saying or we use an expression saying that appearances can be deceiving. All right. The other expression with that is something to do with a book. Does anybody know that expression? So, Aaron, are you there? Hello, Aaron. Aaron,
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
welcome. Where are
Thank you
you
very much.
connecting from?
I'm come from Israel.
Okay. And so, do you have the ugly duckling story in Israel?
Yes, it's a very famous book in Israel. I know it
Mhm.
from myself and from my kids.
Okay. And have you ever known an ugly duckling?
I think every one of us know a person like this, and
Uh-huh.
every one of us is kind of.
Sorry, the last word you said?
I said that every one of us have a little bit of ugly duckling,
Inside of us, yeah.
of course.
Okay, and there's an echo. It's gone. Okay, great. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank
Julissa?
you.
Hi, yes, hello everyone. Well, trying to make to compare the story, I could make an example with the story of some people who, for example, their parents don't support them when they want to study something that is different or something, for example, artistic music or acting. So maybe they don't believe in them, but at the end they can show their parents how they can make a success or being happy doing what they do. So that could be the
Sure.
story of an ugly duckling.
No, that's a great example. Yeah, and kids who are different and creative and artistic sometimes don't fit in with their classmates, and they're
Yeah.
made fun of because they're open, they're different, and yeah, then later they become a superstar. Okay, great, great example. And sorry, I just wanted to say that you can't judge a book by, that's the preposition we use, by its cover. I think that's the way that we say the expression. Lucas, welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Where are you connecting from?
I am from Brazil.
Hmm. And do you know the story about the ugly duckling?
No, I didn't. I had no idea.
Oh, okay. And so,
O patinho feio.
What?
did
O patinho feio. He
Ah,
will
yeah, yeah,
remember.
yeah.
yes? Oh, okay. All right, all right. Okay, good. And so, uh, we're are are you in high school?
No, I am in the college. I am study business.
Oh, okay. You're in university, in college?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. Welcome. And
Thank you.
Marcia.
Hello again.
Yes, no, welcome back. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's okay. I know the history. We heard when we are young on the school, and I know a lot of histories, but I can't remember anyone now. Sorry.
Okay. All right. No, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's difficult to remember. And then let me help out people with the difference between history and story. This is the way I try to explain it. The history of a country. I'm from Canada. So the history of Canada is approximately, let's say, 300 years of history. It's more than that. And it's made up of many different stories. And altogether, it forms the history of the country. But then if you're talking about one story, this is the word that we use. And so you heard the story of the ugly duckling when you were young. And so that's how I try to explain that. And then, hey, we've got a Verbling fan here. Norbert.
Hello. I am Norbert from Hungary. And I heard about this story, but I can't remember because I was probably a child.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I know, so I heard about it, but I don't remember the storyline.
No, exactly. And as I said, this story is really part of my personal history. And so I don't remember the first time I heard it. It's just one of these things that I know. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And great, Norbert, you get 25 out of 25 on that video. That was awesome. Really fun to watch. Servet?
Yes,
welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm Servet. I'm from Turkey, and I know exactly. I heard this story in these classes, so I know the general idea at least. But I think in Turkey we don't have another version of this. At least I don't remember.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, and so let's get going with our story here. This story is also for dog lovers. This is a story about, and it's important for me to sort of review the story of the ugly duckling because the writer has written the title of this story to link her story to the story of her ugly puppy. Little baby dogs are called puppies. But in this case, she wanted to write pupling to make it sound like duckling. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is to ask Abdallah, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Could you please read the title?
Wait a second.
Okay.
I can't because my phone is ringing. I will be right back. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm sorry.
Oksana.
Yeah.
Could you please start by reading our story?
Yes, I want to. Where is this? I didn't see. Just a second.
And for people, you can read the text from the share screen, but remember, you can also download the document directly. This will help people to access translations of words they don't understand. And so it's you can download the document from the Verbling website. It's called A8. So please go ahead, Oksana, if you can read the text.
In the spring of 90...
Oh, sorry, could you read the title? It begins with, from the very top of the document, please.
Okay. From Chicken Soup for the Soul, Loving Our Dogs. The Ugly Pupling by Angel Di Benedetta.
Okay, and I just want to say that the series of books that are really collections of stories is called Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's incredibly popular. Now, the book is a collection of stories about people who love their dogs. And then one of the stories from the book is called The Ugly Pupling. Okay, So let's move on. Now, if you could start our story, please.
In the spring of 1980, I was living in Woodstock, New York, when my Tibetan terrier dog, Shadow, had a litter of 6 puppies.
Okay, great. And a litter is a group of puppies. Dogs have litters, so do cats. And here is a Tibetan terrier puppy, according to Google Images. And here is the adult dog with very long coat. Okay. And so could I get you to read a little bit more, please?
Okay, the one pup I couldn't sell was considered homely. Tibetan Terriers are known for their lustrous double coats. Then the layer of their coat is thick and cottony, while the outer layer resembles human hair, silky and shiny.
Okay, great. And we can see from the picture, this is the outer layer of the coat, which is like human hair, and they have an undercoat or an inner layer, underlayer, which is like cotton. But this one puppy, she couldn't sell. It looked homely, which is sort of plain and boring. Okay, and so what I'd like to do is to move on to the next person. And Andrew, could you read this for us, please?
Yeah, sure. This combination makes for a very fluffy look. People also prize their well-proportioned faces. This pup had neither trait. She had a rather long nose and terribly unattractive coat. She had no underlayer, and this made her top coat look thin, flat, and furry. It gave her the appearances of a tramp just coming in from the rain. People who came to see her would say, "She seems like a pleasant dog," they'd say, "but she looks kind of scraggly and ugly." No one wanted our little friend, not even for free.
Okay, and so what was the problem? Could someone repeat the idea here?
The problem was that no one could have this puppy even for free, because
they wouldn't take it. Yeah. Because
he looks ugly.
Yeah, okay.
It's ugly. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, yeah, go ahead, please. I want lots of comments from people.
Because he was different than the other dogs, like
right.
And
people. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And she has no a lot of coat, the big coat like the others.
Yeah, it was the undercoat. So her outer coat looked wiry, like wire that's made of metal, thin and wiry. She looked like she had come in from the rain, like she was wet. She didn't have that nice fluffy look like this puppy. Fluffy is like a ball, like a pillow, like a teddy bear, fluffy. Okay, and then her nose was long, so her face, she had sort of an ugly face with a long nose. It did not have an attractive proportion. So, any questions? Any questions? Okay.
Proportioned.
Yeah, proportions means the balance of the face. And so the relationship between the eyes and the nose, if something has nice proportions, that means that things fit together. They look similar in size.
Okay.
Where someone's face, maybe they have normal eyes, a normal nose, but their mouth is very big. Or maybe they have a really small nose, which looks strange compared to the rest of their face.
A big Italian nose.
Yeah, okay, yeah, or maybe a really big nose compared to the rest of their face. Okay, it's out of proportion, we often say. Aaron, are you there? Did we speak to Aaron?
Yes.
Yes. Could you please read this for us? Please turn on your microphone, Aaron. Go ahead. We cannot hear you. Okay, sorry, I'm going to move on to Julissa. Could you read this for us, please?
Yes. What amazed me was that no one recognized this dog's rare quality. She was by nature always very happy, and although most puppies are happy, she had an unexplainable inner joy about her. A sixth sense, a certain spiritual presence, as if she could read your mind and move you to a more contented place.
Okay, wow. So, what are we talking about? What is the writer trying to say?
The personality of the puppy is joyful.
Yes. Okay.
And what's the meaning of a contented place?
Good. Well, to be contented means to be very, very satisfied and essentially happy. But this is sort of peaceful, and you are satisfied, you are peaceful, you are comfortable, you are contented. So, all right. So this puppy had a very nice personality and sort of had a very rare or unique quality of being able to make you feel relaxed and happy. So an inner joy, a sixth sense, something magical, something hard to explain, a spiritual presence. Wow, this is a special puppy. Okay. Julissa, could you finish reading this, please?
In June, I still had a pup with a perpetual bad hair day. I was going back to school in less than a week, and I felt hesitant to leave without finding her a proper home.
Okay, so she still had the puppy. Please.
Perpetual.
I'm sorry? Oh, perpetual.
Yeah.
It's constant, everlasting, constant. Yeah, and so this dog, now a bad hair day is a funny slang expression in English, and essentially it means that nothing's going right. It's one of those days where nothing works correctly. There's lots of little problems. It's not a good day. But then literally you can have a bad hair day. And here's sort of a woman complaining about her bad hair day when your hair just never looks right. You can't put your hair right. And then does anybody know this guy here?
Yeah, it's the politicians in the United Kingdom.
No, sorry. Good guess. Maybe it does look like one of them. Yeah, this is Donald Trump.
Okay.
The very aggressive businessman from New York City, and he's known for his bad hair, but he doesn't care, of course, because maybe he's a billionaire. I don't know. But so that's the idea. So what is she going to do with the puppy?
I think she's going to keep her with her.
Sorry, no, because she needs to go back to school. So I guess she's going back to college, and so she can't take the puppy with her.
Yeah, she wants to find someone.
Yeah, she's got to find a home for the puppy. That's what we say. To find a puppy a home, a proper home or a good home. Yeah, that's the idea. All right, and so she has a great idea. So let's go on to Lucas. Could you please read this for us?
Yes. One night, an idea came to me. There was a Tibetan monastery about a mile from my home, and I would be there a few times to participate in their meditations. I would even introduce myself to some of the Tibetan monks living there. Maybe someone there would be willing to adopt her. It was worth a try.
Okay, great. And introduced with a T sound as quick as possible. Introduced. Okay, great job. And so this is obviously a real monastery in Tibet, but I guess this is a Buddhist church that she's talking about, a monastery in New York. Okay, so she has been there. Right, and let's move on. And Marcia?
Okay. The following morning, I took my little friend to the monastery. When I arrived, a lot of cars were in the parking lot. I thought, gee, this place has always been so quiet. I wonder what's going on. I got out of the car with the pup in hand and went up the stairs to the familiar front doors. I entered the foyer and found people lined up wall to wall, apparently waiting for something to occur beyond the hand-carved interior doors. When I saw a familiar face, one of the monks I'd met on a previous visit, when he saw me holding the dog, he gave me a wide grin and said, "Oh, follow me now."
Okay, great, thank you. And so, follow me now. Okay, good. And this is the I had. That would be the contraction. I had.
I had met.
Yeah, previously on a previous visit. Okay. Any questions? The people were wall to wall, lined up wall to wall. Okay, so lots of people, lots of cars in the parking lot. She's wondering to herself. She's asking herself, hey, what's going on? Must be some kind of special event. What's going on?
Foyer is like door?
Yes. So I pronounce this foyer because I'm sure it's a French word that's adopted into English, and it means the entranceway, like the lobby of a hotel, the entrance way.
Foyer.
Foyer.
The French pronunciation will be foyer, but it's very difficult to pronunciation in English. Can you repeat, please?
No, but I would say try to copy the French pronunciation. Foy, like boy, foyer, with the yay at the end. Foyer.
Foyer.
I think that's how it's pronounced. Foyer. Okay. And so it seems like it's a good idea. They looked at her, saw the puppy, and said, follow me. Okay. So the Tibetans are excited to see the Tibetan Terrier. So Norbert, could you please read this for us?
Yes, I can. He pulled on my sleeve and dragged me to the front of the line. Using what appeared to be a special code, he knocked on the door. The double doors swung open and we were greeted by another monk. The first monk whispered something in the second monk's ear. Then the second monk also said, "Ah." With that, the pup and I were pulled to the front of yet another line of people, all bearing gifts also of fruits, candy, plants, oddballs, and handmade crafts.
Okay. Odd bowls, meaning strange-looking bowls. And just to help with fruit. So it's an oo sound. The I is silent. So I'm saying fruit. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so wow. She was taken to the front of two lines of people, obviously waiting to see someone special.
I think because they thought that it is a gift.
Yes. Okay, great. And maybe something that was very significant for them or something. Yeah. Okay. And so, Servet, could you please read this? Let's find out what's happening.
I turned to face the front of the room, and there, before me, was a very bright and cheery-eyed fellow, dressed to the hilt in red and golden yellow velvets. He glanced at my puppy, then directly at me. Then he put his hands out, fingers open, and said, "Yes, yes, oh yes." This magnificent-looking person placed a red string around my puppy's neck, sang a foreign chant, and proceeded to place a second string around my neck. He continued his chant while slowly lifting my puppy from my arms.
Okay, great. And so, I don't know, this is a pretty amazing story. So, cheery-eyed, what does that mean?
Cheer, maybe like cheerful, maybe
Yes,
their
absolutely.
eyes were like happy.
Yes, absolutely.
Happy
Okay.
looking.
Now, this is an expression, dressed to the hilt. That means to be dressed in your very, very best clothing, from head to toe, most amazing clothing that you own. All right. Velvet is a type of fabric. You can Google that to translate it into your language. And all he did was looked at the puppy and said, "Ah, yes, yes, yes," and opened up his hands, meaning, "Give me the puppy." He put his hands out, meaning to take the puppy from her. All right. And so, interesting. Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
I wonder
Yes.
did they know that she was coming, or if they were just guessing?
Right. So no, but I think this is something, if you believe the story, I think this is something like a prophecy. Maybe they were, maybe this has special significance because this is a breed of dog from Tibet. And so perhaps someone bringing the gift of a Tibetan Terrier is something really, really significant and special. And so, yeah, it's maybe sort of something that was predicted, a prophecy, something very significant or meaningful. Okay, great. And I'm going to go back to Oksana. Oksana, are you there? Okay, you need to turn on your microphone. Are you there? So I'm going to go on to Andrew. Andrew, could you please read this for us?
Yeah, sure. He carefully embraced her within his velvet robe. He then nodded and bowed, saying something in a foreign language. He tapped me on the head and turned around as he walked towards his chair, still holding my puppy in his arms. The monk who brought me into the room now quickly ushered me out. In the foyer, in the foyer. In the foyer, met by other monks, I was swept through the halls, pupless, and out the front door of the monastery. I was asked to stand at the top of the steps and wait until further notice.
Okay, great. All right, and so what happened? And, you know, if people can just practice their English by sort of reviewing the information that was in this text.
She was posted out of the building.
Yeah, now, yeah, so, yeah, and not necessarily pushed, because in English that has a negative context, but she was ushered. Now, ushers are the people who work in a theater, and their job, they have little flashlights, and they know how to read the tickets, they know where all the seats are, so their job is to help you find your seat. And so they're like guides. They help people to find their seat. So she was ushered out, which means politely, but in a way she was asked to leave. Yeah, so, you know, they did ask her to leave immediately, and they sort of guided her out. All right, and?
And what about I was swept through through the halls?
Good. So that means
I was
quickly.
accompanied.
Yes, and very quickly. So they worked, the monks swept her through the halls, so ushering her or guiding her quickly through the hallways. Without her puppy, this is not an official term, pupless. It just means without her puppy. And then she was asked to stand at the top of the steps and just wait there until further notice. All of you will hear this term in the airport or something like that, until further notice. It's very common, sort of an official phrase.
Until further information, like
yes,
until I say something else.
Exactly. So wait here until you're told further information, or until you are told what to do. All right. And so, funny, he doesn't speak English maybe, and so he just took the dog, tapped her on the head, turned around and walked away with her puppy. And that was it. Okay. So let's go ahead here. So how does she feel at this point, where she has been ushered out of the building without her puppy? And I'm going to go on to Rose? Fifi?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yes. Where are you connecting from?
I'm connecting from Algeria.
Okay, welcome. Could you read this for us, please?
Okay. But I can see anything. Okay.
Yes.
At this point, a wave of a maternal concern moved through me. Where is my dog, and what will happen to her? I thought, turning to a Buddhist onlooker for understanding. I related the events of the last 15 minutes. He smiled and explained why I had met the Karmapa, a monk who is quite high in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition.
Sorry, and just to help, the H is silent. Buddhist.
Okay. Buddhist tradition.
Yeah.
I continue?
Well, just this last little bit. Second only. Do you see it?
Sorry, did you say?
Yeah, please continue.
Okay. He told me that I was very...
Sorry, I just wanted you to finish the sentence. So, I'm sorry, it's on two different pages here. The text shifts. Just that last thing, it's the Karmapa, a monk quite high in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Second...
second, only the Dalai Lama.
Okay, good. And I guess that is their spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
All right. And so, ideas? What is a wave of maternal concern?
I think it's like something like a feeling.
Yes.
Maternal, like
instinct.
Maternal is like motherly.
Yeah.
Feelings.
And so all of a sudden she feels like a mother who's just lost her baby, and she's very concerned or worried. Where is my dog? Where's my puppy? What's happening to her? All right. And to relate the events to someone?
To think, I think,
sorry?
Relate the events.
Maybe like to think.
To tell.
To think
sorry,
the events.
not to think. Sorry. Thank you, but...
She told.
Yes, to tell someone. Okay, so she told an onlooker, somebody who was there to see what was happening. She told that person about what had happened, and so he smiled and said, you had met our spiritual leader, who is very high up in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Okay, so wow. That man was, let me see if I can show you the picture that I found on Google image. So this apparently is this religious leader. So dressed to the hilt, which is a slang expression. So with beautiful ceremonial clothing and cheerful eyes. Okay.
Sir, can you explain what the But can you explain what the Buddhist is?
Yeah, Buddhism. I'm sorry, I really can't. In my opinion, I always think of Buddhism as sort of a religion, but
Absolutely.
not necessarily like other religions. More of a mixture between a religion and a philosophy of life. And they are, I think, recognized as sort of the experts in meditation, at least in Canada.
Is it related to an Asia religion?
Yeah, well, this is from the
Asia?
country of Tibet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to now. Did I miss Aaron? Are you there? Aaron?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I'm sorry, I missed you. Could you please read this for us?
Yes, of course. He told me that I was very fortunate because today the famous and beloved Karmapa was here from Tibet to bless this monastery, along with its
surrounding
land. People from all over the world had come to pay him their respect, but recently did anyone other into his private receiving a room to enter there and be blessed by his holiness, and then from him to accept me
generous
gift was an
auspicious
event, one that rarely happen in a lifetime.
Okay, great. Sorry, I'm going to get you to stop there. Thank you. And so I'm going to move this down. Here we go. All right. And so this is the onlooker, the person who she told about her story. And so what did he say?
It's an honor to be received by
yes, it was a huge honor. Other comments? And again, I just asked, yeah?
And that also it was an honor to be received by him, to meet him, because he was there.
I think
that day to Tibet.
Yeah,
and that he received her gift. Also.
Yeah, he accepted he accepted the gift, right? Mm-hmm. And another comment? Someone else was talking? Sorry, there was someone else? Yes?
There's people all over the world.
Right, okay. People from all over the world had come to pay him their respects. That's a phrase that you will hear quite commonly in English.
Because he is respectful? They pay him.
Well, now let me see. He is respected by people.
Yes, respected.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, so it was really an auspicious event, which is very, very special and significant. One that rarely happens in a lifetime, let alone. And so, wow, what a neat experience. Okay, great. And so she was very lucky there. All right, and so I'd like to go to Julissa. And someone now someone is asking me to who is that? Sorry, I wanted to go back. I want to make sure that I'm reading some of the comments in the chat box because I want people to be able to participate. So let me see. Audrey's saying that the puppy is so cute that she wants to pet it. That's perfect. Yeah, great. And there's Jean-Marc. He's going to London tomorrow. He's been really excited about that. And so let me see. And then Toy is saying, could you use, could I turn on my video so that you can see my body language? Great. And Audrey's saying it's a mountainous region in Asia on the northern side of the Himalayas, Tibet, but since 1965 forming an autonomous region in the west of China. There is some political conflict over whether Tibet is separate or part of China. And great, so let's keep going. So then, Julissa, please.
He shook his head. You must have earned a lot of merit in past lives. You are very fortunate, my dear. Closing his eyes, he pondered for a moment, then added, then again, perhaps it is your dog's good fortune.
Okay, and could you read that, please?
At that moment,
could you read this?
Yeah. At that moment, the door flew open again, and this wondrous body smoke exited from the building and down the red-carpeted exterior steps, holding his head up high while greeting the people. Women and children gathered around, holding baskets of flowers to throw at his feet.
Okay, wow. All right. So, what was the comment here? This is kind of a fun comment. What did the man say?
That the dog probably was more fortunate than her.
Okay, so yeah, okay, now he's saying perhaps, so maybe. So he's saying, oh, maybe it's that the dog is incredibly fortunate and special. To have good fortune is to have good luck. But what was his first idea? And this is part of their religion and philosophy and beliefs.
They say in their past lives.
Yes.
They had
a lot of merit in past lives. Yeah.
Right.
What merit means.
Well, so they believe in reincarnation, I believe. So they think that you have lived a series of past lives, and so to earn merit is to deserve good things. You did good things, so you deserve to receive blessings or good fortune or good luck in your future lives. I think they talk about past lives as being sort of a form of evolution. You continue living lives, doing good things, earning karma or merit, and you sort of evolve into the next life, moving forward. Okay? And so, great. He exited the building with the puppy in his arms. So amazing. And let's go to, Lucas, could you read this for us, please?
Yes. I was so caught up in the magic of it that I didn't notice her at first. But then, to my surprise, I saw my pup, the pup that I was considered ugly, now looking like a beautiful star. The Karmapa held her up high with what seemed to be the greatest of pride, and the crowd roared with delight. I would swear that the pup appeared to be smiling too.
Okay. All right. And so this is the ugly duckling story. So what has happened?
Basically, they say in the past, the duck, nobody cared this duck.
That's right.
But now, this duck is in arms of this, like, very respectful, like, not respectful. Respected religion leader. So everybody is throwing flowers, everybody is cheering.
Yeah.
To become like famous duck.
roaring is similar, where something like that. All right, so it's a total celebrity dog. So the ugly duckling transformation has happened. All right,
Yeah,
great.
that puppy has become very famous. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and let's go on to Marcia. Are you there?
Yes. From that point on, everything seemed to happen in slow motion. They continued down the stairs. Slowly they entered the waiting black limousine, and through the closely hovering crowd, I caught my last view of the dog and the monk, glimpsing them through the tinted glass windows. Something in the way they sat together told me she was going to be all right. It wasn't just that she was with the Karmapa. It was the way she sat on the lap of the Karmapa. They seemed to have gained a great deal of respect and trust for one another in a short period of time.
Okay, great. And so again, walking down through the crowd, everyone cheering, roaring when he lifted the puppy up. They get into the limousine with tinted glass windows, and she caught a final glimpse, which is a short look, a very quick look. So she just caught her last view or glimpse of the dog, and she thought that there was a nice relationship between the man and the dog. All right, and Servet, could you read this for us, please? Hello, Servet, are you there?
Maybe he lost connection, because before I'm always lost connection, I can't reach.
Okay, right. I'm going to go on to Toy. Are you there?
Okay, can you hear me?
Hello, welcome. Yes, we can. Please, go ahead.
Okay. The limousine drove them away, leaving behind pans of colorful rose-based painter. After that, the monk and the monastery kindly kept me posted on her adventures and whereabouts. Over the years, I hear that the Karmapa traveled on over the world with his Tibetan
Please go ahead.
terrier. The size of her friendly face always brought him and others a feeling of joy, and therefore he gave a name that translates from the Tibetan language as a beautiful, happy one. She became his friend and devout companion, and they were rarely apart during her entire lifetime.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, and to keep someone posted means to keep them informed, up to date, to give them all the latest information about her adventures and her whereabouts. That's her location, where she is, her whereabouts. And wow, her new name, or she was finally given a name, the Beautiful Happy One. Okay, and so let's finish this story. We'll go back to Oksana. Could you please read this for us?
Okay. Once considered an ugly puppy, few appreciated what she possessed.
Possessed.
Possessed? I don't know these words. Yet from the moment she was born, she emanated happiness. It was as if she knew she'd eventually meet her wonderful friend, the Kampapa, who would recognize her true beauty and love her great soul.
Okay, all right. And to possess something is to have something. And so no one or very few people appreciated what she had, what she possessed. And yet She emanated. She sent out happiness to people. And great. And so, I don't know. What do you think of the story? These stories are apparently true stories. And so there you are. All right, and so we're out of time, but super job, everybody. I feel very comfortable that you were able to read this story and understand it, and I hope that you were able to enjoy the story.
We got a new
as
vocabulary.
Well. Yes, yeah.
A lot of words, new words.
Well, this is the challenge of language learners, where you need to use you need to learn a good translation to start with, but then every language, there are many other variations of the vocabulary. So learn lots of basic words and then start expanding your vocabulary so that you have a selection of different words to use. All right, so take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. And remember, connect with me, connect with Verbling directly. Come to my Facebook page and give me some specific ideas about class topics that you would find interesting, because you learn English by reading, by listening, and by watching some things that are interesting.
Teacher.
Yeah, yes.
Teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Can you post your Facebook?
Yes, it's on the Verbling website. Go to my profile, or I think when you enter the class, down on the right-hand side is my Facebook link. So easy to find.
Yes. Teacher, I can